Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PEC Arena on the campus of Coppin State University as the Lady Eagles take on the Hornets from Delaware State. The NCAA Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference and Coppin State University and Delaware State encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, ethnic, or social or sexual comments or other intimidating actions will not be tolerated on our grounds for removal from the site of competition. At this time, to honor America and the servicemen and women across the country, would you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. bless America. Here are the starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Hornets from Delaware State. A 5'7" sophomore guard, number 0, Naomi Shorts. A 6'1" senior forward, number 11, Kiana Coomber. A 6' senior forward, number 14, Demaria Moore. A 5'8" graduate guard, number 20, Deja Harris. And a 5'5" senior guard, number 23, Janasia Law. Assistant coaches, Samira Marsh, Marvin Evans, Ryan Foster, head coach, David Caputo. And for your Coppin State Lady Eagles, a 5'4" freshman guard from Bowie, Maryland, number 20, Hope.
Every game in the MEAC North will be just driving distance, go back home, come back the next day. That's what Delaware State did. They went back to Dover. They're back here now. And now we have a tip in the middle as DSU on the left side in the road catch-up Reds has Demi Moore to try to win the tip. Rebecca Wilson in the home whites for Coppin State will do just that on her end. And the ball deflects to the near side. Last touch is off of Coppin State. It was knocked by Kiana Kroomber off the foot of Aaliyah Lawson. Lawson, the reigning MEAC Player of the Week after her stellar performance last night, 18 points in the victory over Delaware State. Coppin State was down by as much as 12 in that one. Left to right, DSU starts things off in the first quarter. Law peppers it left side to a driver, and it's Deja Harris who traveled. Harris took steps, and that brings it right to left for Coppin State. Both teams going with their same starting lineups as they did last night. Hamilton, Lawson, Delanois, Evans, and Wilson for Coppin State, who's pressured in the backcourt. Lawson gives up her dribble, skies it the other way, and Evans is across the timeline. At the top of the zone defensively, Kiana Kroomber for Delaware State is Evans veers right, throws it to the center of the floor, nearly taken away by pesky Naomi Shorts, but Hamilton gathers, shovels it left side with the shot clock at 5. Lawson steps back, tries to bank into 3, but it's off the mark. Kroomber corrals the rebound. Left to right on the move, this is Delaware State. In the left corner here in the opening minute, Harris walks it back out. Deja Harris steps to her left, jacks it up from the left wing, and cash from downtown. 3-0 to begin things. Delaware State scores the first bucket of this game. In the backcourt, Coppin State trapped. Evans, the freshman, rumbles ahead. Pressure near the timeline, and she loses control of the ball. It glances out of play off of her. Defense was applied by Deja Harris. The starters on the other end, Naomi Shorts, Kiana Krumber, Demi Moore, Deja Harris, and Janasia Law. For the now 1-3 Delaware State Hornets. Bounce pass left side from Shorts to the short corner where Harris badly misses a long two. And it's out of play off the backboard, off of DSU. Played a minute and a half, 3-0 Delaware State here on the road. Trying to split the Monday-Tuesday set. Coppin State in the backcourt. Evans trades passes with Delanois, has it deflected by the taller Krumber, and scrambles to get the errant ball, and sprints ahead. Kick, left wing, three, Lawson! Got it. Aaliyah Lawson. We're even at 3. Lawson picking up where she left off last night, had those 18 points, 5 of 8 from downtown. Coppin State's hot shooting kept it in the game, and ultimately enabled the Eagles to win despite 31 turnovers last night. But you can't have that continuing as Law calls for help. 10 on the timer, stands between the circles, drives around the Moore screen, backs up behind the right elbow, jump shot good, it rattles home. 5-3 Delaware State. Janasia Law displays her shooting touch. In the backcourt, Lawson lobs it ahead a little too high for Evans, and she can't grab it before the ball hits the plexiglass on the far side scores table. Turnover, Coppin State. That's already the second for CSU in this first quarter. We played 2 and change. It's 5-3 Delaware State. The Hornets, who won both games against Coppin last year, trying to do just that tonight before they go back to Dover. Straight away, Krumber, jab steps to her left, and swings it back Law's way. Doesn't use the Moore screen, and it's an illegal screen by Demi Moore, who's wearing a mask
number 14.
Tonight. Reminder, we're wearing masks here. I don't even know if I can pronounce the word mask with the mask on, now that I think about it. It's not easy, but we're all just thankful to be playing basketball, broadcasting basketball, watching basketball in person, all the above. Right to left, Evans in the backcourt. Dishes up the left sideline to Lawson. Bounce to the left wing. Delanois with the ball fake, nothing doing. And Coppin State is in a half-court set. Coach Laura Harper holds up her right finger to call a play. Dave Caputo, the coach on the other end, barks defensive instructions. Shot clock at 10. Lawson driving kick to the left corner. Evans goes baseline, takes it strong, and draws a foul. Hope Evans at 5'4" is fearless down there. And she drew contact to bring her to the line for 2.
Hornet foul number 0, Naomi Shorts.
And the foul was on Naomi Shorts.
Team second.
5'7" sophomore guard from Clayton, New Jersey, attended
Eagles substitution,
Trenton Catholic.
45. Jalinda Sally.
And Jalinda Sally is the first sub on for Coppin State, replacing Rebecca Wilson. Those two will frequently sub in and out for each other. They're both at 6'4". Sally had the go-ahead bucket last night in that 2-point Coppin State win. Free throw is pure
20.
by Evans. Bring the gap to 5-4. Can tie it on this shot. And she'll try once more. Spins the ball in her hands. Evans. Somebody tried to psych her out on Delaware State's side, but it doesn't matter. She gets the roll off right rim. 5-5. Always love that somebody screams right before the foul shot. Didn't work. DSU left to right with the tie game. Left wing Moore. Strong overhead pass. Nearly goes out of play, but Short saves it in the corner. Guides it inside, as she had Harris there, who gives it back out to her. And the shot clock waning. It's down to 8. Drive left, Shorts just inside the 3-point line, misses off the right side of the rim, and Hamilton clears. Coppin State can take its first lead of the game, going right to left. Evans at the left wing, handoff, Hamilton swerves, pops it back straight away for Lawson. Most feared scorer on Coppin State, dishes back to Hamilton, sweeps through the lane, lefty scoop no, offensive rebound Evans, dishes down low to Sally, who lost her dribble, but she pounded it off a red jersey. Let's keep it with Coppin State at the 6:15 mark of the first quarter. 5-5, first sub on for the Hornets. And it's Mimi Bullock.
Miaja Bullock.
She checks on for Naomi Shorts. Bullock played at Wallace State Community College in Alabama with her teammate Demi Moore. Inbounds right at the hoop by Hamilton, goes right to the other team. Easy turnover, threw it right off of Kruger. Left to right, here comes Law, blistering pace through the lane. Lost it baseline, off her leg. She went into some traffic. Evans and Delanois were watching her, and they'll say last touch was by the ball handler.
Equal substitution, number 11.
Meanwhile, Abby Weiss is in for Coppin State for Alexandria Hamilton. No, it was off of Coppin after all. That makes more sense. Keep it baseline right. Law watches to inbound for Delaware State. Lob it high right for Kruger. Gets it back in the right corner. Jacks up a three. Too strong. And Delanois seals off the area to watch the ball go out of bounds. Weiss had 7 points last night in the second quarter. 10 for the game. Both highs for her in her year plus at Coppin State.
0 for the Eagles.
Transferred in from Independence Community College in Kansas by way of Brooklyn, New York. Tootie Allen is in for Coppin State. Hope Evans gets a breather. Allen can sub in at positions 1 through 3. As in the backcourt, Lawson throws it away, and then there's contact.
Foul, number 20.
As official Deshaun Savage blows it dead. They'll say it was a foul on the opposition Delaware State first. So Lawson threw an interception and then was displeased with herself, but the play was blown dead.
Her first, team's third.
3 team fouls on Delaware State, none on Coppin State thus far. As the foul was put on Deja Harris's tab. Right to left. Coppin State in the backcourt needs to break this. 2-man pressure. Lawson weaves it ahead, trades passes with Delanois. Extra kick, left corner three. Tootie Allen too strong. Offensive board, Delanois. Wow. She's hammered down low in the paint. 2 free throws for Nyla Delanois. Was all alone in the painted area and read the Allen miss off the rim.
Janaja Law.
This foul goes to Janaja Law.
First team fourth.
5'5" senior guard from Jacksonville, Florida. One of 11 transfers on this 14-player roster for Delaware State. And third-year head coach Dave Caputo. Free throw, Delanois. High but too strong. She gets another try. When I spoke with Coach Caputo before the game, mentioned that this is a team that likes to run the pace. They're not at their best when they're in their half-court offense at Delaware State. Free throw this time also strong. And the board leaks out to Moore. Nice lead pass ahead to Law. Extra dish to the left wing. Harris slows it down. Has it top of the key. Ball reverses right side where Law travels in the right corner.
Substitution
Delaware State tried to push the pace there. Got faded into a half-court set and turned it over. Out goes Delanois. In here is Evans. Right to left, the Coppin State Eagles. Tied at 5 with Delaware State. Haven't said the score in a little while. Always got to check yourself on that as a broadcaster because there haven't been points in over 2 minutes. Right side, Weiss. Dishes straight away. Evans points to the spot where she wants the screen set. Sally does just that, but then Evans glides inside and loses her footing to result in a travel. 5:13 first quarter. Next stoppage will likely mark the first media timeout of the game. Coppin State plays defense. CSU's Rebecca Wilson is on the exercise bike behind the bench. Of course, the socially distanced bench. Chairs spread out. Plenty of space because there's no fans here, so the bleachers are folded up. Right side dish inside. It goes to Moore, who circles in the jump shot. Bullock on the dime to her community college teammate. 7-5 Delaware State. CSU right to left. Can Tyre take the lead? Allen outside, hands it off to Lawson. Defended closely by Bullock. Stride for stride with her. Lawson to the left side of the foul line. Hands off to Weiss. They run the circle play again to Evans, who tries the teardrop, misses in close. Ball batted around, and it's a tie-up with the arrow staying with Coppin State. Good effort by Law to get to the deck to get a hold of that ball, but ultimately the ball is staying with Coppin State.
Visit CoppinStateSports.com to get the latest information on Coppin
Women's
Athletics
hoops back into this double dip.
Join Coppin State Athletics and Coppin Basketball on social media.
After this on the
Coppin State Sports is on Facebook,
and
Twitter,
WNSD
Instagram, and Snapchat.
Baltimore Positive.
Spread the New Year cheer with a purchase from CoppinGear.com. 15% off all performance wear during the month of January. The Eagles return to away action Saturday, January 16th and 17th. The Lady Eagles will travel to Howard University, while the men make the trip to crosstown rival Morgan State. The women's tip-off is at 2 p.m., while the men's tip-off is also scheduled for 2 p.m.
For 300 locations total, 10 hospitals, MedStar, the official medical partner for CSU Athletics. Sam Cooperman with you, Coppin State Women's Hoops. Down 7-5 to Delaware State with the ball in the front court after a tie-up led to the media timeout. Evans handles it and dishes to the right side to Weiss, slings it back left. Lawson had 18 last night to earn Conference Players of the Week. Tees up from three, misfires. Put it off
Jalinda Sally.
Jalinda Sally results in the easy deuce. Tied at 7, and here comes Delaware State left to right. The Hornets fell to 0-1 in conference play with that loss last night, and they try to split this back-to-back tonight. Straight away, Deja Harris drive with the left, has some room, but kicks it to the foul line where Moore takes the jumper, misses, but collects her own rebound and scoops it in with the right.
Moore.
Demi Moore read it off the glass, and there was all kinds of room down there. It's 9-7 Delaware State. DSU, speaking of offensive rebounds, had 18 in the first half last night, 14 in the first quarter. And that was problematic for Coppin State. Right side, Lawson drives through contact. She was absolutely smashed, but she got some hand contact to eventually result in Sean Savage blowing his whistle.
Deanna Coomber.
And they call Kroomber on the foul.
Team fifth.
It's up to 5 team fouls on the Delaware State Hornets. So it's 2 free throws
Alexandria Hamilton, number 3 for the
Lawson.
Hornets.
Meanwhile, Alexandria Hamilton checks on for Coppin State. Takes out Abby Weiss. On the other end, Deja Harris is off, and Shea Collins, preseason all-conference player in the MEAC, is on the floor. First foul shot from Lawson is a swoosh.
Lawson makes up for
it. 9-8 DSU. Lawson tries one more. Let's see what she's got. Spaces her feet out. Delanois will come on next. The fact that she's not on yet
would
indicate she's coming on for Lawson. So Lawson makes the free throw, and out she goes.
Delanois.
Even at 9, Aaliyah Lawson has 5 of Coppin State's 9. She really is that offensive spark plug as the junior from Whitby, Ontario, Canada. Left to right, Delaware State. Law in the backcourt. Overplayed out there by Evans, but she dishes it the other way. And Collins splits a double through the lane. There's a foul on the floor. Shea Collins with some crafty dribbles to get her towards the cup. But a foul was called first at the 3:21 mark of the first quarter.
Team first.
Foul given to Hamilton. She had foul trouble last night. That's her first here in this first quarter. Inbounds Law to the right block. Moore went up, and they'll call a late foul after the ball was loose. Demi Moore just tried a rip-through move. Sally must have made enough contact with her to warrant the foul.
Substitution, Rebecca Wilson.
And that's what the case is. Kroomber out. Zoe Holmes is in for the first time for Delaware State. And on this end, Rebecca Wilson takes the spot of Jalinda Sally.
At the free throw line, Demoria Moore.
Sally committed that last foul. Free throw, Moore is off to the right. She gets another try, though. We're even at 9. This free throw, of course, giving Delaware State the lead if it goes in. Free throw is up and off to the left. And loose ball out of play off of Delaware State in the left corner. Wilson was hoping it would be off Holmes because that was a very close call, but crew chief tonight, Carolyn Allen, was watching closely. Same officials as last night, by the way. So the players are doing the doubleheader, as are the officials tonight. Evans up the right sideline. Nearly loses her dribble, but walks it ahead. To the right corner, hands off to Delanois. Uses the off-the-ball screen by Wilson. Drive and flip, left corner three. Allen off the top of the backboard. That is well off the mark.
Possession
And we get a tie-up
Hornets.
with Delaware State taking over. Credit the effort by Coppin State to scramble to that loose ball, but after the miss, it was tough to
Substitution number 11.
collect. Abby Weiss back
Abby Weiss
on.
for the Eagles.
Tootie Allen is off. A lot of quick subs tonight for both teams. We're down to 3:02 in the first quarter. Delaware State has already committed 5 fouls, so Coppin State goes to the line for 2 with any foul drawn. Law left side, underhands it, and it winds up top. This is Collins, who wants a clear out. Hamilton, the sophomore, guards her from afar. Dish to the right side for Bullock. Pulls up inside
Mimi
the
Bullock.
arc, and it's Cash. Mimi Bullock with the J. 11-9 Delaware State. Bullock wore a mask last night, not wearing one tonight. Drive with the left for Hamilton. Pivots and backs out. Initially tried to go left to the lane. Ball works on the right side of the perimeter for Delanois, who feeds it back up top
That's
for
a
Hamilton,
travel.
who travels. Turnover, Coppin State. Delaware State goes left to
Hornet
right,
substitution, number 0, Naomi Short.
as it's Naomi Shorts replacing Janasia Law. Delaware State with Shorts, as well as Collins, Bullock, Holmes, and Moore. That's a 5 out there for Coach Caputo's Hornets. But in the backcourt, Shorts gets it poked away. Here's Evans on the drive and
Evans.
deuce. Hope Evans with the strip and score. We're tied at 11. Coppin State evens things up. Under 2 to play, first quarter. First game of tonight's doubleheader. Men's basketball game is on tap about 30 minutes following the end of this one. Drive right baseline, Shea Collins weaves around the body of Wilson.
That's a travel.
And throws a pass left side, which results in Bullock traveling as she tried to walk the
Eagle
tightrope on the
substitution, number
sideline.
24, Ronnie Richardson.
First
number
appearance for
3,
Ronnie Richardson for Coppin State.
Aaliyah Lawson.
And also Aaliyah Lawson is back on the floor. They replace Abby Weiss and Alexandria Hamilton. Coach Laura Harper has already inserted 9 players onto the floor. Right to left, here's Evans, speedy ahead, then stops on a dime at the right wing to set up the half-court offense. Ball fake, gets Lawson with some room, flips to the left corner, but she charged into a defender before Richardson was freed up for a 3.
Foul number
It was
3.
Collins who took the brunt of that, and it's an
Eagle foul
offensive
number
foul
3,
on Lawson.
Aaliyah Lawson.
Lawson's first of the game.
The
She got
first
some foul
is
trouble in the second
third.
quarter last night, and that plagued Coppin State in that 56-54 comeback victory. Here's Delaware State up ahead. Second game of MEAC play for both of these teams, as Collins hop step in the lane, drew some body contact with Wilson, and that will be on the floor, I
Foul number
believe.
23, Rebecca Wilson.
It is on the floor. Delaware State expecting the
Substitution.
free throw, but they won't get it.
Number 2.
It was only the 13th
Alexandria
foul on
Hamilton.
Coppin State, the 1:23 mark of the first quarter. 11 aside, DSU can take the lead here. Inbounds right of the hoop. Shorts decides to go straight away. Moore handles and lets Shorts operate from there. Drive right. Dishes it off. This is Collins. Extra pass, Bullock. She's flustered out there with the shot clock waning. It's at 5. Back to Shorts right side. A lot of traffic in the lane. Floats it off of one leg. Yes, sir, from the left elbow.
Basket.
How about that push shot at the horn?
Naomi Shorts.
13-11 Delaware State. Under a minute to play, first quarter. Coppin State can take the lead. Late first quarter here. At the right side, Lawson wanders around. Lets Hamilton try to control the offense here. And the 2-play catch out there with the shot clock down to 5. Lawson spin, mid-post, right side, scoops it up. Well off. Wilson has the offensive rebound, and she couldn't grasp it cleanly. It results in a
Possession
tie-up
Eagles.
that still stays in the front court. 30 seconds to go, first quarter. The officials consult. And now they're saying it's going
Shot
the other
clock
way.
violation.
No, they'll say it was a shot clock violation, and that makes sense because the ball never hit the rim. That makes sense. Appreciate Sean Good pointing that out to us. And all systems are a go. Left to right, here comes Delaware State. With the shot clock not a factor, they can hold it till the end of the quarter here, but the game clock down to 18. At the right side, Collins lobs to the baseline for more, throws it into a tight area, but it's tipped off a white shirt. Keep it with Delaware State. 12.8 to go first quarter. From a tough angle on the left side, Collins will trigger in here. Run this box set. Delaware State with the 2-point lead. Everybody circles around, dish to the left wing, ball fake, and a travel by Shorts. So they do not get the last shot of the first quarter due to that turnover. Last night between the teams, we reached nearly 50 turnovers. In this first quarter, we're up to 13. So we're on pace for over that right now. Delanois right side, inbounds ahead, leads Lawson nicely. 8 to go first quarter, and then she travels at the left elbow as she's skidded to a stop. Laura Harper is trying to coach her team up and clap them on. And now Coppin State will defend for the last shot after all. Law rolls the ball up the floor, across half court. It's gathered. Collins hop steps, awkward-looking jumper. Can't bank it in. Wilson has a rebound, holds onto it, gets it ripped out of her hand by Collins, who throws it up right before the horn. That's 2 free throws. What a wild way for the first quarter to end. You have, 3 turnovers, and then make it 4 because Wilson didn't sense the scrappy play of Shea Collins, but
her
got
first,
credit.
team fourth.
Shea Collins right there. Preseason MEAC second teamer. And we're going to check to see how much time is left on the clock when the foul occurred. I believe it's under a second. It was very tight. So we're going to check that now before the quarter concludes. They're looking at the clock. We're seeing on the monitor here, it's very close. Maybe 0.2 point. It's awfully close. So they'll wait for the final ruling on that. But right before the horn, Collins threw that one up. And that's a tough way for the quarter to end for Coppin State. It's a 0.1 on the clock. That's the confirmation. And that means 2 free throws for Delaware State. Could make it a 4-point lead to end the first quarter after that sequence of turnovers. So both teams will have to talk about taking care of the ball. Delaware State likes to play faster, so with that comes some more turnovers sometimes, but you also force some more.
Shooting 2.
2 free throws for Collins. Swoosh.
Makes the first.
In the last 30 seconds of the first quarter, we had 4 turnovers between the teams. I was double-checking that math to make sure it's correct. It was. Sloppy ending. 14-11. Try it again. Hit it again.
Makes them both.
15-11, 0.1 to go. Delanois inbounds to Richardson, and
not
enough time to do anything with that.
Delaware
TSU takes a 4-point lead into the second quarter. We're coming back to West Baltimore. You're listening to CSU Women's Hoops right here on the Coppin State Sports Network. Second quarter against Delaware State right after this. Second quarter is here. Sam Cooperman with you from West Baltimore. Coppin State Women's Hoops down 15-11. 4 turnovers in the final 31 seconds of the first quarter. Both teams will try to take better care of the ball. Coppin State won last night by 2, and they'll try to go to 2-0 in MEAC play. Drive left to Lawson, nothing there. So she swings it back right to Delanois with the shot clock down to 10. Handoff for Richardson. Senior transfer. Bounces it out of play baseline. That's another turnover. 31 for Coppin State last night in the turnover column. To start the second quarter, I believe we're up to 9. Let's get confirmation of that. No, it's 10. We're in double digits. Left to right, Delaware State at the right arc. First time in the game for Alexis Morangi. She didn't play last night. She has the ball at the right wing. Drives, draws 2. Swing to the right corner for Collins. Ball works around the perimeter. Law steps through with the shot clock at 10 to the right corner. Step back three. Morangi left it short. And on the right side, Sally tried to grab the rebound, but had it knocked out of play by Morangi.
Eagle sub
So let's
number
reset
20.
the rosters here, and easier
Hope
to do that
Evans.
now with Coach Harper bringing on a new sub for Coppin State. It's Evans, Delanois, Lawson, Hamilton, and Sally for the 5 starters. Sally playing center for starter Rebecca Wilson. DSU guarding in looks to be primarily a man-to-man look here to start the second. Right side, driving baseline, Delanois throws it out of play cross court on the near sideline. 8:51 to go first half, 15-11 Delaware State. And Jamila Mitchell makes her first appearance. Coppin State is now
21,
inserted
Jamila
10 players in.
Mitchell.
Delanois is the one to sub out, the senior transfer who was on the program 4 years at St. Joe's, missed 2 with injury. So she may have another year here after this, potentially. Left side, Morangi ladles it back up top. The ball works around the perimeter. Law inserts to the right block. Moore gets it twisted away and taken by Sally. That's a steal from the center. And up the floor goes Hope Evans after that. Coppin State down 4 here. Driving dish right side. Mitchell, high arcing three. Too much English on it. And on the strong side, the rebound's taken by Moore, and she falls to the ground because she was fouled. 8:34 to go first half.
Alexandria Hamilton. On the substitutions, number 11.
And Holmes is one of 2 players to come off the floor for Coppin State, or rather for Delaware
Number
State.
21, Melissa Sams.
Holmes and Moore are off. Coppin State
Equal
does take
substitution.
Hamilton off
Abby Weiss.
as they bring Weiss back in for her. On the other end, it's Law, Morangi, as well as for the first time, Melissa Sam, Shea Collins, and starter Kiana Kroonberg. Collins on the right wing scored that basket with .1 to go in the first quarter.
Basket.
And she cashes in on this, Jay. Should have said she hit
Shea
the 2 free
Collins.
throws late first quarter, but she has the jump shot there to make it 17-11 Delaware State. Hornets were up by as much as 12 yesterday, but they blew that lead, and Coppin State won by 2. Sally hit the go-ahead bucket with 21 seconds to go back here last night. In the first of 4 games between the men's and women's teams of each side, 2 a side between the men's and women's, as Evans drives down the lane, and her teardrop is off the mark, and she ran over a defender.
Foul,
Second team
number
foul
20.
on CSU.
Hope Evans. Her first, team second.
Collins up to 4 points on the other end. Her and her teammate Demi Moore each with 4. Coppin State is led by Aaliyah Lawson's 5. Hope Evans has 4. Delinda Sally 2. That's the whole 11 for the home team. 7.5 to go first half. Law looks off straight away. Ball works around the perimeter. Sam touches it back out. On the left side, Collins toss into the paint for Kroonberg, who dribbles it off her foot. Taken up the floor by Evans, 1-on-2. Takes it to the right block anyways, but misses the push shot. Rebound leaks to Sam, and Evans scrapes it away from behind, running across the timeline. Hope Evans, a pesky defender, and Coppin State goes right to left. Down 6 points here. They'll try to trim that gap. On the right side, a Euro step through the lane by Lawson, and it's poked away. Another turnover. Collins works the 1-on-3 break. Extra pass, she trades, and she scores.
Basket.
Law and Collins go back and forth, and Collins winds up with
Janasia
the righty
Law.
layup.
Full
19-11,
timeout.
6:47 to go first half. Delaware State is up by 8. Coach Laura Harper's seen enough, and she brings her team over to the side. We'll step aside and come right back here on the Coppin State Sports Network. Coppin Women's Hoops is down 8 points, and they'll try to
Easy,
climb out of this hole.
convenient access to great care with online check-ins. Urgent care, video visits. We use the best of our minds and the best of our hearts to serve our patients. Over 300 locations total, 10 hospitals, MedStar, the official medical provider for CSU athletics. Hey, MEAC fans, take a hot route by getting a car insurance quote at geico.com. Find out how much you can save. Geico, 15 minutes and you could save you 15% on more on your car insurance. MEAC fans, gear up for the season at Academy Sports and Outdoors. From jerseys and hats to grills and tents, Academy Sports and Outdoors has everything you need for game day. Visit any of the 259 stores across 16 states or shop online at academy.com. Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods and outdoor retailer of the MEAC. The deals and data coming up on you. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, celebrate the season and get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Hey, MEAC fans, take a hot route by getting a car insurance quote at geico.com. Find out how much you can save. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Sam Cooperman with you at the PEC Arena, Coppin State Women's Hoops. And it's given up the last 8 points. They're down 19-11 to Delaware State, a team they beat by 2 last night at 56-54. Evans right to left, doubled in the backcourt. They run the pressure, and the ball almost comes to the scorer's table here as Collins knocked it out of play. I don't know in this situation if I'm supposed to get up and get that ball. I was debating, but also didn't want to violate any COVID protocol. So we'll just stay sitting down. Thankful to be here calling hoops. We have Delanois, Evans, Lawson, Weiss, and Sally, the 5 out there for Coppin State. Yet to score in this second quarter. And Delanois swings it into the far side of the floor where Evans speeds up the floor. Before I got down here for my first game last week, it was mentioned to me by SID Steve Kramer that Evans is the fastest player out there. I see no lies after watching her a few times now. Lawson between the circles, navigates the offense, low dribbles. Pass right baseline. Evans tries to sky it over Collins. Can't finish. Sally the rebound. And she'll draw 2 free throws after going up strong a couple times. The relentless nature of Jalinda Sally on the glass allows Coppin State to potentially score its first points of the second quarter. Foul there is put on the tab of Kiana Krumber for the Delaware State Hornets. That's her first team foul of the second quarter. Sally spins the ball in her hands a couple times. Fires and misses. It spins out. She tries again. Sally. Out there right now, Morangi, Collins, as well as Sam, Krumber, and Law. Second is also off the mark. 0 for 2 from Sally, and Sam claims the rebound. Delaware State left to right can stretch this lead to double digits here at 8 right now. Collins on the right wing. Watching this 2-3 zone that Coppin State's trying to run here. Krumber straight away, dishes back to the right wing. Collins, right-handed dribble. 2 defenders collapse, trapped on the baseline. Feeds it out right corner to Krumber. Cross-court overhead pass. Down to 3 on the timer. Morangi has trouble getting a shot off. Ultimately hoists, and no good on the shot. And there's a tie-up on the chase for the loose fall. That leaves it with Delaware State's possession, and this first half of the second quarter has not been good for Coppin State. Coach Harper trying to clap her team on right now,
number 20.
But a dry spell that has extended over 4.5 minutes for Coppin State, bridging the first and second quarters. Morangi and Collins hop off. Starter Deja Harris, and then Lyric Turner off the bench checks in. Turner gets a shot off the inbounds, misses from the left corner, and then Sally gobbles up the defensive rebound. Coppin State looking to go to 2-0 in conference play and sweep Delaware State over the last 2 days. They have to climb out of this 8-point hole. Some off-the-ball contact in the front court. It's on Coppin State. Aaliyah Lawson shakes her head.
11, Abby Weiss.
The foul was on Weiss. She must have been cutting around the baseline.
First team's third.
Bump bodies with the Hornet. Turn it over to Delaware State. They'll try to bring it ahead here. Evans picking up near half court. Law brings it across, and Delaware State sets the half court offense up. Sam drives from the foul line, tries to twist it up, misses, gets her board, but she steps on the end line as she picked that ball up. She had great position down low, but she didn't sense her back heel was across the navy blue paint here at the PEC Arena. Right to left, Coppin State still without a bucket, or a point for that matter, in this second quarter. Evans speeds ahead and tosses to the right sideline. Trades passes with Delanois, and Coppin State will try to get this offense into high gear. peppers it out to the right wing. Delanois' three is left short, and Sam shovels a rebound ahead. Law on the move for Delaware State, and bring it to double digits. Down the right side, tries a teardrop from 8. Yup. Law with the bucket. 21-11, Delaware State. 4:43 to go, first half. Delanois sidesteps, not across the timeline yet. That's almost an over and back. And now they'll say 10 seconds after it happened. Not sure if they call that on Delanois. No, that would have been a backcourt violation. They don't call it on her, but they do call it on Hope Evans, as she never made it across the line in time. Either way, that's a Coppin State turnover. They're up to 14 in that respect. CSU 1-2 on the year, dropped its season opener late November at Penn State, and then the program did not have a game for 33 days. Had to shut down for a while because of COVID. Lost against LaSalle last week as a long two is taken and missed straight away by Turner. And Evans clears and takes it ahead for the Eagles. Coppin State right to left. She stands out the right wing, drives around with the left. Swing left corner. Weiss, and the ball circulates back right. Sally steps into a J from the foul line, bricks it, but that might be the best looking shot the Eagles have gotten this quarter. Left to right, here's Law on the move for Delaware State. Stops, mid-post right side, back to the basket, line drive pass outside. And a timeout called for by Dave Caputo, the head coach for Delaware State. Team up by 10. He wants to chat it up, and we go to a media
30-second timeout, Hornets.
See if it's immediate. I believe it's immediate timeout. No, the last one was immediate timeout. So we'll keep it right here.
Leave me alone. I can work my own blood.
Change my mind on that. So we'll keep it right here. So just to reset the scoring right now for Coppin State and Delaware State. CSU without a point in this quarter. Aaliyah Lawson's 5 still lead the table. On the other side, Shea Collins has 6 to pace the Delaware State Hornets. Shooting on both sides. I didn't announce the Coppin State shooting numbers yet, but now it's probably time. 3 for 16 from the floor, 1 of 7 from deep. A far cry from yesterday, where Coppin State shot 42% and 52% respectively. 30-second timeouts come and gone for DSU. They bring it left to right. Shorts navigates towards the left side, reverses course, and doesn't go anywhere on the near sideline. Finally steps towards the three-point arc. Ball swings left. On the drive baseline, it's Turner. Lob to the center of the paint. Moore's floater is short, and she shot it up as the horn was sounding. They call it tie-up
Eagles
before the shot clock went off. Tremaine Woods, the associate head coach for Coppin State, along with head coach Laura Harper, were both tapping their hands on their head to signal a shot clock violation. And that's what I believe it ultimately is, because if it was a tie-up going that way, the arrow would flip. So put that on the back burner for now. Delanois on the front court slams a pass off the other team. Taken by Shorts, try to lead the DSU break. It's Turner across the baseline, swings it back to the right. Ball fake Krumber on the move, pass to the top of the key. The ball still works left side, and the jump shot is off the mark by Shorts, but an offensive board by Turner. Extra feed, Harris right wing, left alone, and jams the triple.
Deja
Harris makes it 24-11, largest lead of the night and of the two-game series by Delaware State. It's at 13. Tootie Allen will come in for Coppin State next stoppage. Straightaway Evans, veers left, stops her dribble, gives it out to Weiss. She was the offensive spark plug in the second last night. Maybe she will be again tonight. She kicks. Evans a 3 from the left wing. No. Offensive board. Delanois goes up strong, and finally the drive spell is broken as she lays it in from the right with the right hand from the left side. 24-13 Delaware State. Coppin State had not scored in over 7 minutes. Left to right, here is DSU on the move. Scored the first 9 points of this quarter. They look for more. Harris takes a 3 left wing. Very short on that shot. And Hope Evans clears. Evans feels like she's been everywhere thus far in this one. 3 steals for her in the first half would certainly make you believe that. Weiss on the left side penetrates after the crossover.
Abby
Lefty
Weiss.
Scoop is good. Abby Weiss. Those were some nifty handles. And then a pretty finish as well. 24-15. 4 straight points for Coppin State. And Evans picks up a steal in the backcourt, takes it from Shorts, drives up left side, hesitates, flips it up and in with the right.
Evans.
Hope Evans leading this team forward with a spark. 24-17 DSU. All of a sudden, 3 buckets in a row for Coppin State. Right side, Krumber gets outside the right elbow, and she draws body contact with Evans. 1:27 to go first half. Action
Foul number
picks
20.
up during that minute sequence.
Hope Evans.
And now here we get a
Full
floor timeout.
Coppin.
No, full timeout, I should say, by Coppin State. Minute 27 to go first half. 24-17 Delaware State. The Hornets will try to close out the first half strong. Coming back in a moment, here from the PEC on the Coppin State Sports Network. CSU Women's Hoops down 24-17. And you're listening to it on the Coppin State Sports Network and on WNST, Towson, Baltimore.
What's that noise, see?
Delaware State inbounds. Coppin State goes left to right. Late first half. DSU up 24-17. Left to right they go as Collins bricks the jump shot, but it goes out of bounds baseline off Coppin State. CSU will play some defense here as Delaware State inbounds right of the hoop. Minute 14 to go first half. Law triggers in. They run a box inbound set. Kanasia Law looks around the floor, doesn't see anything. So she lobs it out near the logo, and Collins races over to get it. Shot clock at 16, minute 10 to go first half. Law takes a long two from the right corner. Well strong, but a weak side rebound is taken by Moore. She feeds it back out to Collins, but the shot's waved off.
Of the travel.
Carolyn Allen, the crew chief, says that's a travel. The deals and data keep on coming. Rain or shine, sleet or snow. Celebrate the season and get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket. Coppin State right to left. The backcourt pressure sags off from Delaware State. Evans walks it ahead harmlessly. Feeds it to the left wing where Abby Weiss puts her head down and tries to make a move. Ladles it right up top for Collins around the Wilson screen. Nothing there. A few crossovers. Drives down the lane. Hard take and make.
Aaliyah
Over the
Lawson.
top. Aaliyah Lawson through the contact of Shea Collins. 24-19 game. Coppin State scored 8 in a row. They've done it in the last 2 minutes, too. Strong close to the first half, but can they get the defensive stop to cement that? 15 on the shot clock, 24 on the timer. Drive right and hop stack. Collins, wild layup, airballed. Holmes offensive board, and she's fouled. Zoe Holmes on the opposite
Foul number
side
20.
collected that
Hope
ball
Evans, her
and
third.
got fouled from behind.
Team's 5th. Shooting 2.
She was in the shooting motion, but that's the 5th foul on Coppin State, so that factor was irrelevant. It's Hope Evans, and she's up to 3. Imagine she'll get taken out right here after this first free throw. Holmes takes it and misses it off the right side of the rim. Delanois is trying to come in for Hope Evans, but Deshaun Savage, one of the officials on hand tonight, saying you have to wait till that second free throw. Maybe it's when Hope Evans left the lane. Free throw is up and in. It trickles off the
Zoe
heel.
Holmes make a second.
25-19. That snaps an 8-0 run for Coppin State. So DSU brings its lead to 6. That's been as high as 13 tonight. Backcourt pressure. Tootie Allen is also in the game now for Coppin State. Shot clock unplugged. Game clock at 12. Allen in the front court. Looks to the right sideline for the play call. Will she be the one to take this? Around the Wilson screen right, goes left instead. Doubled, runs over a defender, and that's a charge with 4.5 to go. Offensive contact on Lyric Turner.
Foul number
She
0,
absorbed the bump and
Tyree
gets a
Allen.
hearty high five from her coach,
So
Dave
first
Caputo.
substitution, number 23.
And off she goes.
Janasia
Janasia Law comes in. In the backcourt, Holmes inbounds. Collins takes it. 3 to go. Allen watches her across the timeline, gets all the way to the paint. At the horn, she lofts it up, and it counts. It counts. Delaware State going nuts on the floater right at the horn. It's 27-19. If that shot's good, we may get a review. I believe that was in. Collins took it the length of the floor, and I think we will get clarification on that before we go to halftime. And from looking at the replay, this might...
Rest of your life. Coppin State University.
But
because
tonight
that's what
they're
I
taking
like.
a few less shots
The
and
official
they're
drink
hitting
of Cotton
less,
State
so
Athletics.
that's not ideal. third quarter is here. Coppin State women's hoops down 25-19 to start the third frame. Delaware State going right to left in the Road Reds. CSU in the home whites. It's Law to bring it up the floor for the Hornets. Law, Krumber, Harris, Moore, as well as Collins, 4 of the 5 starters out there for Coach Caputo's team offensively. He jumps up and down, frustrated by their offensive set. Collins drives with the left, flips it left wing with the shot clock nearing 10. Harris pump fakes and kicks it right. To the foul line, take and jump and an air ball by Law. Barely grazes nylon, that's all she gets. And one and done defensively by Coppin State. Coach Tremaine Woods, the associate head coach, just mentioned at halftime the way his team is defended has really pleased him, and no reason to feel like that's letting down after that defensive stop. Evans at a blistering pace up the floor. Drop-off bounce pass to Wilson on the low block. Misses from the right side, but it's knocked out of play baseline off a red jersey. Coppin State was down 24-11 with 2.5 minutes to go first half, but then was able to go on an 8-0 run to get closer. And now the score sits where it currently does after a free throw by DSU late in the half. Coppin State in the front court. Hamilton, Delanois, as well as Lawson, Evans, and Wilson, the 5 starters out there. Hamilton skids to a stop on the left baseline, swings it straight away.
3,
and Delanois with
Nyla.
Nyla Delanois with the deep ball, only the second 3 tonight for Coppin State, and they're down 25-22. Other way, quick layup missed down the right lane by Law. She just sprinted in there with a purpose, but couldn't get the layup to go. And it's out of bounds off Delaware State. Minute played, third quarter. Coppin State women's hoops down a possession here, 25-22. Shot making was on last night for Coppin. Tonight it hasn't been, but the defense has been there. And meanwhile in the backcourt, they call a 10-second violation. Hope Evans had trouble walking it across. So that's a turnover on the Eagles. Collins on the far side will swing it in. It's Law at the controls. Slings it to the left elbow. Ball fake by Krumber, tallest player out there for DSU at 6'1". Ball ends up on the right side with Harris. Inside the foul line, she scurries, tries to get to the hoop, loses the ball. There's a tie-up. As bodies hit the floor, and the arrow goes to Coppin State. Credit to Aaliyah Lawson for getting down there, as well as Hope Evans. Coppin State had players ready to pounce on that ball, and they'll get the tie-up in their favor. Left to right for CSU to start the third quarter. They're down 3 points. Lob ahead by Evans out of the backcourt press.
Rebecca Wilson.
And the extra pass to Wilson.
From Alexandria.
Rebecca Wilson with the righty layup.
Hamilton.
Other way, here's a drive and a floater by Law near the right baseline. She misfires and Evans clears. Pace picking up between these two teams. Coppin State only down 1 at 25-24. They can take the lead here. Lawson wheels into the lane, switches to the right hand. Can't bank it home. Wilson clears the offensive glass. And a reset. Hamilton across the paint, tried to bounce to a cutting Delanois, but the ball was kicked away by Krumber. Keeping it with Coppin State as Sally replaces Wilson.
Substitution, 45.
Rebecca Wilson didn't see too many minutes first half. She's up
for the
to
Eagles. For the Hornets,
12 here.
Lyric
just about
Turner.
a dead split with minutes between her and Sally.
Number 14, Demora.
And after that kick ball,
Moore.
the shot clock resets to 20, and Hamilton can trigger in left of the basket underneath. Krumber, meanwhile, replaced by Zoe Holmes in the DSU lineup. Swing to the left wing. Lawson lines up at 3, leaves it short. Sally gets the offensive rebound
and
scores.
one, Jalinda Sally.
Rips it out of the hands of Moore and goes up for the right side bucket. Coppin State is back in front, 26-25. And how about this extended run of 15-1 over the last nearly 5 minutes?
Her first.
Bridging the back end of the first half and the beginning of this third quarter. Jalinda Sally can make it a 2-point lead. She does with a swoosh. 27-25 Coppin State.
Mimi
Eagles just
Bullock.
with that defense able to perturb the Hornets and work their way back into this game and now have the lead. DSU can tie or retake the lead on this possession though. Drive by Lawson, slings it to a cutter left side, but Moore misses the bunny, gets her on rebound and gets hacked. She tries to
Foul
paddle the
number
ball in
45 to Linda
frustration.
Sally.
Missed the ball on the way. I believe that's Sally
Substitution number 11,
on the foul.
Abby
We'll
Weiss.
double check that to make sure. It is Sally, that's her second. Meanwhile, Hamilton out for Weiss. Shuttling subs
Free
on
throw
and
line,
off is
Demora
first-year head coach
Moore.
Laura Harper. She got her first career win here at Coppin State last night.
Makes the
Trying to
first.
continue that sweet feeling as the first free throw is pure by Moore. 27-26 Coppin State. DSU with one more foul shot can tie it up. Moore launches and swirls it in. We're even at 27, and Coppin State can take this right to left, or rather left to right. That's how directions work. Evans up the left sideline. She is fast and immediately into the front court. Freshman calls out the plays from her point guard spot. Looks around. Her teammates scatter. Lobs it to the right wing for Delanois. Guarded tightly by Holmes. Hands it back off for Lawson around the Sally screen right side. Tries to play the two-man game to her. Dumps it down. It's tipped, but stays with CSU. Shot clock at 3. Right wing, Weiss was held onto as she got to the right elbow. Bailed out with the foul call is Coppin State. A disjointed possession ends with the shot clock going to 20 here. 7:08 mark of the third quarter, and now horns are sounding everywhere. Coach Caputo is questioning the shot clock, saying it was already down to 1. So we'll wait and see.
24. Foul on 24.
Says we're good, reset to 20. It was definitely before
Foul
the
on
shot clock
22,
expired, so it is reset to 20. As Weiss inbounds to Collins, or rather Lawson on the near side. Drives right, defended by Moore inside, lays it up with the contact.
Aaliyah Lawson.
Aaliyah Lawson with the righty scoop in the lane. 29-27, Coppin State. She was able to nuzzle her way past Bullock and just
24, Lyric
somehow
Turner.
absorb that contact. And now there's a question if that was an and one or not. I think everybody on the floor seems pretty clear that that's an and one. And it is. The scoreboard reflects it.
It's a first, team's third.
And it's a first
Shooting one, Aaliyah
personal foul
Lawson.
on the offender, Lyric Turner. That's her third. I mean, that's a team third, personally. Team third as a team. Brick on the free throw by Lawson. 29-27, Coppin State lead at 2. Delaware State up and running, right to left. Law in the front court. Dish to the open left corner. 3 is an air ball along by Moore. But the weak side rebound taken by Turner. Reload for the Hornets. Kintyre take the lead right here. Straight away Holmes. Dish to the right side. For Turner, who stops, pops, and misses too strong. Sally clears defensively for Coppin State. CSU in the midst of an 18-3 run from the 2:30 mark of the second quarter, all the way now to 6:23 and counting in the third. How about that stretch by the Eagles? Left side with Weiss, matched up with Turner out there. Dishes back to the left corner. Drive with the right hand by Delanois, tripped across the foul line. That's a blocking foul. And then she fell on her lower back, and she's holding it right now. Have to see if she needs attention. Jamila Mitchell will come in for Coppin State, as will Alexandria Hamilton. And
Foul number 2.
Delanois is still down for a moment. I believe we'll
Zoe
step
Holmes.
aside. You wish for the best for Nyla Delanois, who's down on the floor right now. 29-27, Coppin State lead at 2. 6:11 to go third quarter. We'll step out for a minute. Hope she gets attended to and is feeling better very soon. But Coppin State with the 2-point lead midway through the third quarter here on the Coppin State Sports Network and WNST 1570 AM. counting. Coppin State has the ball in the front court with Weiss, Evans, Hamilton, Sally, and Jamila Mitchell. Weiss looks every which way, lobs it outside. Mitchell makes a basket catch out near the logo. And Coppin State gets into gear. Up 29-27, 6 to go third quarter. Trying to beat Delaware State for the second straight night. Hamilton on the drive, flips it out left. There's an offensive foul on Coppin State out there. Not sure which of the duo of
Hamilton.
Weiss and Hamilton committed the foul, but then we get the
third,
clarification from the other
second.
side of the floor. It is Hamilton. That's her third turnover of the game and her third personal foul. Sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, was in foul trouble last night and looking like she might be tonight as well. With Delanois out now with that injury, that would be really problematic. Holmes whips it to the right side for Bullock. The ball spinning around really well. It ends up on the left wing with the Law 3 that tips off the left rim and pinballs out to Coppin State. Hamilton clears, brings it left to right. Evans at the controls here. Team trying to stretch this lead that's at 2 right now. It's trailed by as much as 13 tonight. Hamilton straight away. And that was at the start of that 18-3 run. Hamilton lobs to the cutting Sally, but you can't catch up to that pass. A little too tall and wide,
Eagles,
and it goes out of play.
Lawson. Number 20.
DSU right to left.
Deja
Abby Weiss
Harris.
steps off the floor. Aaliyah Lawson got a
3,
momentary rest.
Shay
She's back out
Collins.
there now. Coppin State's leading scorer. It's put up 9 tonight to lead all scorers. Delaware State in the front court. Collins flips it to the left wing. It's Harris on the drive. Stops. And a hard bounce pass the other way. It's back with Shay Collins. Tippy toes into the lane. Hanging layup too strong. And Sally grabs a rebound but then did an arm bar right to the chest of Collins. That's a loose ball foul that'll bring the ball right back to the Hornets. Delaware State, the recipient of 31 Coppin State turnovers last night, and the CSU turnover count is up to 20 now with that one. 4:59 to go third quarter, leads us to immediate timeout. We will step aside. Coppin State women's hoops up 29-27. Two and a half quarters into this MEAC matchup.
Delta
Back right
Hotels,
after this,
Baltimore
here on the Coppin
North,
State
located in the
Network.
village of Cross Keys and just minutes away from campus. Delta Hotels is Marriott's newest upscale full-service brand, and they're ready for your next stay. Delta Hotels, Baltimore North, a proud sponsor of the Coppin State University Athletics. In business, running at peak performance is key. So why not trust the experts at Penske Truck Leasing to keep your trucks running, your business moving, and customers smiling? We're dedicated to providing tailored solutions for all transportation needs. Visit gopenske.com to learn more today. Stay social with your favorite conference. Search MEAC Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and YouTube. For day-to-day updates on everything MEAC, also use the hashtags IBackTheMEAC, MEAC Nation to see your post reposted. Listen to Coppin State basketball home games on Baltimore's positive WNST 1570 AM, proud partner of the Coppin State Athletics.
Delaware State has the ball in the front court, running an inbound set, down 29-27 to Coppin State. They have the ball top of the key. Here's Collins. She goes to work, swivels left, kicks it there. Law a 3, leaves it short, and climbing the ladder for the rebound, it's Aaliyah Lawson. Left to right, Coppin State on the move, up 2 points, trying to close out this conference matchup and move to 2-0 in MEAC play. Around the right side wanders Hope Evans. Looks for a cutter left. It's Lawson who collects it top of the key. Swing to the left wing. Trades passes with Jamila Mitchell and goes around a Mitchell screen. Darts to the baseline and throws it away. A steal and a nifty crossover by Harris. Gets her a 3-on-1 break. Takes it herself as she creeps into the lane and scores. even at 29, Delaware State, out of the immediate timeout, is able to come up with 2 points. Squeezed home by Deja Harris. Coppin State went on an 18-3 run that lasted over 6 minutes from late second quarter to that immediate timeout. But here's a drive and a stop and a pivot by Hope Evans. How about that turnaround from the left block?
Hope Evans.
Evans up to 8. That times what she scored last night, and it's now 31-29, Coppin State. Law looks on, right-handed pass to the right wing. Harris showing off the dribbling clinic as well, but she gets blocked at the right elbow. Taken up the floor by Evans off the ricochet, and she loses the handle. DSU collects it. Lob by Law, out ahead. It's Holmes with the easy deuce, and we're tied at 31. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Each team trading punches now that the score has gotten just about evened up. Lawson orchestrates the offense here. Flips it high right, where Mitchell, the Clark Atlanta transfer, feeds it back to Lawson, loses her handle, and Mitchell winds up with it with the shot clock at 7. Toss to the left baseline. Sally gives up her dribble at 3. Shot clock waning. Evans picks it up at half court, but that's a
shot clock
30-second violation.
Substitution number 24
Travel
for the
with
Eagles.
confidence and enjoy the comfort of
Number
spacious
0,
studio
Tyree
accommodations at your
Allen.
Town Place Suites, Baltimore BWI Airport.
22
Less than 10 miles from
Hornets,
downtown Baltimore.
Mimi Bullock.
Your home away from home is waiting for you. That's Town Place Suites, Baltimore BWI Airport, the official airport hotel for Coppin State Athletics. Other way for DSU, Mimi Bullock jacks up and misses a left wing 3. And Coppin State clears and takes it left to right. Tied at 31, we're down to 2:37 to go third quarter. Rebecca Wilson and Abby Weiss are set to come in for Coppin State at the next stoppage. Lawson dishes right wing. Ronnie Richardson, she just came on the floor. Handles the offense. Richardson and Tootie Allen came in, replacing Mitchell and Evans. Drive by Lawson, goes with the left, switches to the right, and that's an offensive foul right before the shot clock violation would have taken place. But now we have horns sounding all over the place. That's because we have subs.
Foul number 3.
Foul was on Lawson, and she's got to be careful in the foul department.
Rebecca Wilson, number 23.
She's only up to 2, but you can't have her having 3
Abby
because
Weiss.
then things get a little creepy into the fourth quarter. Tied at 31, Delaware State right to left. Sally and Lawson come out as Wilson and Weiss are in. Cross-court pass is being slung around by DSU. Winds up with Collins missing a left wing 3, but DSU gets the offensive board. And a lot of diagonal passes yet again. Collins draws 2 on the left baseline, flips it out to the left wing. It's a Naomi Shorts 3 that's badly missed, but here's another offensive rebound, and Mimi Bullock draws the foul. These are shades of what we saw last night, where Delaware State was just a behemoth on the offensive glass as a team and was able to get 24 offensive rebounds. Tonight, at least in the first half, things were even on that front. It was 7 aside. Now it's 11 to 10 in offensive rebounds for Delaware State. Rebecca Wilson
shooting 2.
was a guilty party on that last foul. She's up to 3 personally.
Substitution number 11.
Coppin State with 4 as a team here at the 141 mark of the third quarter. Out goes Demi Moore, as well as Naomi Shorts, with Janasia Law and Kiana Krumer in. Meanwhile, the free throw is off to the left by Bullock. She'll try it again. Amy Bullock's second free throw is cash. 32-31. Delaware State retakes the lead. Their largest has been 13 tonight, as Coppin State brings it left to right. Allen and Hamilton work with each other to break this press. Hamilton loose dribbles, nearly gets it out of play, and she does fall to the deck across the right sideline. Turnover Coppin State, that's number 24 in that department.
20,
that
Hope
Coppin
Evans.
State is given away. Hamilton took an awkward-looking fall, and she gingerly jogs off the floor. Hope Evans comes back in. Down to 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Law brings it right to left for DSU, and the road catch-up Reds. Down the right lane, a hesitation move gave her space, dishes it out to the left side, and in the corner, Kroomberg gives up her dribble, floats it straight away. Collins pounds it with the right hand. 10-foot leaner is no good in the paint, and we have a tie-up. Arrow will keep it with Delaware State with 20 on the shot clock. Delaware State up by 1. This quarter is been as back and forth as you get. Coppin State was down by 6 at halftime. Retook the lead. Delaware State in front by 1 now as Law inbounds to a slicing Collins. Easy layup for Shay Collins. Had open space on the right side and scores with the right-handed floater. 34-31 Delaware State. Minute to go, third quarter. At half court, Richardson nearly throws it away, but guides that ball over to Allen, and the defense backs away. Tootie Allen, New Haven, Connecticut native. Didn't play the LaSalle game. Came back yesterday as she falls to the deck down low, and the ball skids out of bounds, turns it over. Allen took an awkward-looking fall. She stands right up, but just frustrated at herself for losing track of that basketball and committing another Eagles turnover. Law right to left for DSU. Down to 40 to go in the third. Hands off. Inside, Bullock twists it up with Weiss. That's another jump ball. This time it's going Coppin State's way. Left to right for the Eagles.
Possession Eagles.
Defense allows them to avoid Delaware State taking advantage of the Coppin State turnover. DSU was committing a lot of turnovers early. That settled down, but they're still at 13 for the game. So between these teams, we have nearly 40 turnovers, and the third quarter isn't done yet. Weiss breaks away down the lane, and she's fouled on her way to the cup. Abby Weiss will go to the line for 2 with 25 seconds to go in the third. Delaware State trying to enforce the trap at half court. No, they'll say that was a charge. Sorry. Abby Weiss was out of control. That's a foul on her. Disregard my commentary. As Delaware State goes right to left, shot clock not a factor. And 2017 turnovers on Coppin State. Quick drive and dish by Law. Slings it cross court to the left corner. Kroomberg's 3 rattles out, but tipped out of play baseline by Wilson, trying to get her left hand in there to scoop in the rebound.
Sally, number 25, 20.
3-person substitution unit for Coppin State. Wilson, Allen, and Richardson are off.
Substitution for the Hornets.
Making way for Lawson, Hamilton, and Sally. Those 3, along with Evans and Weiss, are the 5 defending. Delaware State left of the hoop, 13 to go, third quarter. Inbound the ball to the left side for Harris. Some fancy dribbling. Quick flick out left side to Law. No look bounce to the right block, and Holmes, easy layup.
Basket.
36-31. What a pass. Coppin State barely even inbound that ball.
Delaware State
and the third
31.
quarter ends on that note. Some
31.
flashy passing from Janasia Law, and that's how the third quarter comes to a conclusion. We go to the fourth. Coppin State down 5, trying to come back and beat Delaware State for the second straight night here on the Coppin State Sports Network and WNST, Towson, Baltimore.
Sure supposed to be him. My sheet. My sheet say he's supposed to be fine. He played nothing. He played the whole time out.
A very fast start to the fourth quarter. Coppin State expected a longer gap between quarters. The officials said, no, we're coming back. Delaware State was ready. So Coppin State, it's a sprint to get players on the floor. Delaware State, right to left, up 5. At the left wing, Law spots up and switches a triple. 39-31, Delaware State up 8 and pressuring in the backcourt. Coppin State trying to work itself out of this hole. Does not have Nyla Delanois, one of its starters. Took a hard fall in that third quarter, and she has not come back in the game. Was holding her back for a while before she crept off the floor. Left to right, here's Evans, pounding the ball between the circles. Dishes to the right for Weiss. It's Weiss, Hamilton, Evans, Sally, and Lawson, the five out there.
Oh, foul.
Hamilton with a tough drive to the lane. She's bumped down and
Foul
fouled.
on 23.
She'll go to the line for
Law.
2. Alexandria Hamilton with the left hand all the way
Her
to the
third,
cup.
team first. Shooting 2.
Foul is put on the tab of
Number
Janasia
2,
Law.
Alexandria Hamilton.
Up to 3 personally. 9:08 to go. Coppin State was able to retake the lead in that third quarter after being down 13 in the second, but now in an 8-point hole. Hamilton
Makes her
calmly
first.
drains the first, and that's her first point of the night. Puts it at 39-32 DSU. Make it a 2-possession game here. Tries to do that, but it falls out. 1 for 2. Delaware State right to left. Law up the floor. In attack mode, stops just past the foul line, dishes it out right. Here's Kroomber, puts it on the deck, and rejected by Sally. The ball stays with Coppin State off the deflection. Here's Evans left to right, nearly has her pocket picked at half court, but hands it off to Weiss across the timeline. Weiss drives left lane, and she travels, tangled up with Janasia Law, who shakes her head and says, hey, that's a travel. I played good defense there. 8:43 to go. Coppin State down 7, and they're
Substitution number 3
trying
for the
to
Hornets.
get themselves back
Shea
in this
Collins.
one. As a sub from DSU, Mimi Bullock steps aside for Shea Collins. One of the better scorers on this team. Last year averaged nearly 12 a game. DSU just peppers passes around to drain some clock and try to get a good shot. Collins no look to the left corner. 3, Harris spots up. Too much on it. Ball scrapes off a few red jerseys and goes out of play. Coppin State gets a break. There were 2 Hornets in the area. Neither could grab it. So Coppin State is still down 7 at the 8:21 mark of the fourth, 39-32. Hamilton inbounds in the backcourt for Evans. Last night, Coppin State won 56-54 against Delaware State. As CSU breaks the backcourt pressure, Hamilton nearly has a pass from Lawson go off her fingertips, but she gets it back. And the ball moves on the left side. Evans driving kick to the left corner. Weiss launches the 3. No offensive rebound. Hamilton swatted by Holmes, and it's taken by Delaware State. The Hornets look to push. Up the floor, Law stops, swivels to the right side, moves her feet, dishes to the foul line, jump shot. Holmes is off the mark. She grabs her own board, goes up for the layup and the foul. Dave Caputo, the head coach, might be louder than anybody out there, screaming in excitement as his team's up 41-32.
Foul number 3, Aaliyah Lawson.
Fouls on Aaliyah Lawson, and Delaware State could have a double-digit lead here if this free throw goes in. Ronnie Richardson in
Number
for
24,
Lawson.
Ronnie Richardson.
As Aaliyah is up to 3 fouls.
Shooting 1, Zoe Holmes.
And Zoe Holmes has a free throw here. Holmes came into the series at 75% for the line in the early season.
Free throw is good.
And rattles that home. 44-32. It's a 12-point lead after that 3-point play. Up the floor, bounce pass by Evans. She gets it to Weiss, who feeds it cross court for the recently checked in Ronnie Richardson. Gives up her dribble and gets it back out for Hope Evans. Shot clock down to 10, 7.5 to go in the fourth. Drive and stop, she draws 2 defenders. Swing out to Hamilton, creeps across the baseline to the right corner.
3, Abby Weiss.
The right corner 3. Abby Weiss from downtown, 42-35 now. So I was confused at the score before because I didn't think it was 44. It was 42 points, and now it's
Deja
45
Harris.
as Harris drains a left corner 3 for Delaware State. Was going to say how Delaware State only had 42 before, but of course now they have 45 as some good
Full
ball
timeout.
movement led to the Deja Harris left corner 3. Now it's a full timeout, and there's 7:04 to go. So that's the score, 45-35. Delaware State is in the driver's seat, and Coppin State will try to come back in this one. start. After this break, it's 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Coppin State breaks the backcourt pressure, finds itself down 45-35 in front of a bunch of cardboard cutout fans. Sam Cooperman with you on the Coppin State Sports Network. CSU driving left to right. It's Hamilton with the handles, and she took too many steps. That's a travel. Turnover CSU, that's been the story of the evening. They're up to 29 giveaways, the team. They had 31 last night, although they won with 31 turnovers. That is awfully impressive stuff to be able to win with that many, but obviously that's not how you draw it up. Delaware State right to left with the 10-point lead. At the left wing, Harris creeps in, swings it cross court, winds up back with Law up top, who dishes to the left corner where Harris has a three blocked by Lawson, and it's out of play off Coppin State. Sally accidentally got a hand on it baseline as she couldn't come up with that ball as she smiles at Sean Good, the left sideline official. She was hoping nobody saw her touch that ball, but evidently he did. Shot clock at 11 for DSU. Law inbound, center of the lane to Collins, who goes up strong and draws a foul on Sally, who had about 3/4 of that ball, but had just enough arm to warrant a whistle. 6:23 to go. Delaware State.
Foul number 45, Jalinda Sally.
Is headed to the line. Sally is 3 fouls.
It's a third.
And Rebecca Wilson replaces her in the lineup for
Rebecca Wilson.
the Eagles. After this one, Delaware State is at Howard. No, check that. They're up next against Morgan State. As the free throw swirls around and in.
Collins makes a
For
first.
Collins, 46-35. They're against Morgan State in Dover on January 16th to 17th, so both teams get the weekend to rest up. One more is online, but off front rim. It's a miss, but an offensive rebound by Hamilton, or rather Holmes, but she puts it back up but misses. Evans takes it left to right. Coppin State down 46-35. About 6 minutes to go. Evans, around the right side screen by Lawson, skitters into the lane, and she travels. Just skids inside and loses control of her footing. It's another Coppin State turnover. That's really been the story of the night. But they'll go back and play defense. The defense has been superb. And now Coppin State, it's a matter of trying to claw its way back into the game. Just possession by possession, 5:55 to go. Law drives right side around Wilson, can't bank it home, collects her own rebound, underhands it out to the left side for a Kroomber air ball. And last touch out of bounds, it's Law trying to save it baseline. She fell to the deck hard after going about 6 feet behind the baseline to try to tap it in, but she couldn't cleanly relay that ball back into her teammates. Kroomber steps off after that miss. Demi Moore is her replacement for Delaware State. Coppin State in the home whites, driving left to right. At the foul line, Lawson displays the handles but can't get anywhere. Elects for Hope Evans, the freshman guard, to go to work. Here she drives, flips, cross court to the left corner. Hamilton's three is very long and an easy rebound for Moore to grab a hold of. DSU right to left, about 5 minutes to go. Collins circles the lane and gets the righty scoop to fall true. 48-35, 13-point Delaware State lead, tied for their largest of the game. Have to make up a deficit in a hurry, does Coppin State, as Lawson drives from the left side, runs into two defenders, but nothing called as it was the teammates that made contact with each other. Weiss winds up with it on the right side and bricks the long two. Lawson ran into one Hornet, Harris, who then bumped into Moore. On the other side, Law misfires on a left wing three. Hamilton clears, initially looks to run for Coppin State, but slows it up instead. Ball moves around the perimeter. Right wing, Lawson.
Aaliyah Lawson.
Aaliyah Lawson hits from downtown, 48-38. Coppin down with 4:25 to go. An opportunity for the Eagles to inch a little closer. Law on the right side, displays the handles, gets to the lane where she pivots and kicks it out. Straight away, Collins knifes her way through the defense and is fouled with some body contact in close.
Foul number
That's on
23,
Rebecca Wilson.
Wilson.
She is up to
That's her
4
fourth.
personal fouls. Jolinda Sally has 3. No, check that. Sally has 4. So between Sally and Wilson, they're each 1 away from fouling out. One of those players is always on the floor because they're both 6'4", and that's always something that could present a problem for the other team. 4:11 to go here in the fourth. Friendly reminder, drink Pepsi because that's what I like.
Visit
Pepsi, the
CoppinStateSports.com
official
to
drink
get the latest
of Coppin
information
State
on Coppin
Athletics.
athletic events.
At
Join
the
Coppin State
48-38
Athletics and
score,
Coppin
Coppin
Basketball on
State
social
finds
media.
itself
Coppin State
just
Sports is on Facebook,
not able to
Twitter, Instagram,
really
and
get
Snapchat.
much going offensively
Spread the
after
New Year cheer with a purchase
retaking the lead
from Coppin
in the
Gear.
third quarter. It was quite a
15%
comeback
off
that
all
Coppin State
performance
pulled
wear
off
during the month of
as
January.
they were able to
The
retake
Eagles
the
return
lead,
away.
and then all of a sudden the
Away action
score
Saturday,
flipped
January
Delaware State's
16th and
way
17th.
and
The Lady Eagles will
almost
travel
kind
to
of
Howard
just
University,
canceled
while
out
the men make the
that
trip to
entire
crosstown
comeback.
rival of Morgan State. The women's
Coppin State
tip-off time
retook
is
the
2
lead
p.m.,
at
while the men's tip-off is scheduled
29-27.
at 2 p.m.
And then since then, it's been a 21-9 run going the other way. And now that leaves the score 48-38. And now Coppin State just trying to find its footing here. A loss will drop the Eagles to 1-3 and 1-1 in MEAC play. What'll be interesting this year is to see how these back-to-backs affect these teams, because one team could come out one way one night, and then the next night it's completely different. You're playing the same team in the same place, and the road team here, the team that had to drive back last night and then back here today, right now is in prime position. Meanwhile, Collins has the free throw spill out. She gets one more. Collins, as well as, well, we'll see, because right now there are 6 red jerseys near the floor. It looks like Mimi Bullock will come on for the Hornets in a moment. But at the moment, it's Collins, Krumber, as Collins lines up the free throw and swishes it.
The free throw line was Shea
Collins
Collins.
is the player
made them
out.
both.
You also have
Substitution, number 22,
Demi Moore,
Mimi Bullock.
Bullock now, as well as Lyric Turner. Delaware State really getting its scoring across the board. Coppin State in the backcourt. 4:11 to go, down 49-38. Inbounds is clean to Lawson. She trots it ahead. 11 for Deja Harris and 12 from Shea Collins pace the Hornets. Coppin State led by Aaliyah Lawson's 12. Lawson trying to fight for the ball. She's being face guarded by Mimi Bullock and can't get the ball. Evans holds it at the foul line, finally swings it inside to Lawson, deflects to her teammate Hamilton, who drives baseline and has it blocked with a tie-up there.
Possession
Bullock
Eagles.
got her hand in to stuff that, and the tie-up stays with Coppin State, but there's 5 on the timer. Get a baseline left out of bounds. Weiss slaps the ball after this stack play. Feeds the left wing. Hamilton drives. Clear path to the basket. Can't bank it home. And a strong arm rebound there by Moore. DSU up and running. Across the baseline. Lyric Turner reverses too strong. Offensive board. Krumber, yes.
Kiana
Off the
Coomer.
square and good. 51-38. Lead for Delaware State is at 13 points, and there's 3:20 to go. Coppin State running out of time. Between the circles, right side dish by Hamilton to Weiss with a couple crossovers, steps back towards the left. CSC will have to create some offense, and that drive and stop by Hamilton could be helpful as Delaware State is up to 2 team fouls.
Foul number
Start
24,
somewhere.
Lyric Turner.
Foul was on Turner. She's a little too handsy there.
Substitution number 3, Shea
Collins is back on the floor. Janasia Law is the player that steps aside. Weiss, left of the hoop, baseline, overhead pass a little weak and intercepted. Mimi Bullock, the ball didn't have enough elevation on it, and Bullock took it away and is fouled down low.
Possession Hornets.
Do they call that a foul or just a tie-up? I believe they'll say it's a jump ball, so keep it with Delaware State on the arrow, but Coppin State got back defensively. Credit to them for contesting that time. 3:05 to go in the fourth, 51-38, Delaware State. Catch and shoot, right corner three. Lyric Turner falls to the ground and swooshes it home. Her coach,
Turner.
Dave Caputo, helps her up, and her team leads 54-38. Now it's starting to look like a rout down the stretch as Lawson is fouled off a dribble handoff. Trying to grab that ball
Foul
from
number
Evans
22,
straight
Mimi
away.
Bullock.
And Mimi Bullock is on the foul.
Her
That's up to
second.
3 team fouls
Team
on
third.
Delaware State. 2 more, and Coppin State can get some freebies here. But again, the score is
Substitution number 20, Deja Harris.
ballooning the other way. Krumber off, Harris on. Again, inbounds here, right in front of our broadcast set. Hamilton looking for somewhere to toss it in. Finally feeds Sally outside the arc. Has her pass palmed away by Moore. Gets it back, wraps it around the baseline. Hot potato stays with Coppin State with the shot clock at 10. Right wing three, Lawson lines it up. No good, but
Jalinda
volleyball
Sally.
back in by Sally, point blank. Jalinda Sally just set that ball up and it landed through the net. 54-40. Coppin State down 14, 2.5 to play. Delaware State trying to split this back-to-back. Lost last night by 2, up here by 14. As ripping her way down the lane, it's Bullock. She'll go to the line for 2. Mimi Bullock
Foul
just
number 45, Jalinda
with
Sally.
a purpose took it to the cup. And the foul's on Sally.
That's her 4th. Team's 4th. Shooting 2, Mimi Bullock.
So Bullock will take her time here. Delaware State had that second quarter lead. Coppin State mounted a nice comeback. Had a lead
Makes
in the
the
third
first.
quarter, but now this one has slipped away as the first free throw is up and in. 55-40 as the score currently stands in favor of Delaware State. And make
Makes
that
the most.
56-40. Delaware State is now 10 for 16 at the stripe this evening. Left to right, Hope Evans skates across half court. And not moving too quickly. We're closing in on 2 to play. Coppin State down 16. Just need to start getting shots up. Lawson from the right side works on Collins. Gets to the left block. Stops and is fouled hard to the floor. You heard a thud as
Number 3,
she tried
Leah
the
Lawson.
two-handed push shot down and close. Lawson slow
her
to get
4th.
up. Need her healthy.
Team's 5th.
Good news health-wise is, and this is true for both these teams, you'll have a week and a half before your next game. Lawson,
30-second timeout, Hornets.
a little shaken up, but she seems all right, and the Hornets call 30-second timeout. So we step aside. Well, we keep it here for 30 seconds, and they'll try to chat things over here. Minute 58 to go in the fourth. Delaware State is up 56-40. And now they just try to talk out the final few seconds here to Dave Caputo's team. Catch us on the go. ESPN is proud to be the official national broadcast partner of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. For more information on the ESPN family of networks, including ESPN Plus, call your local cable operator or satellite provider or log on to ESPN.com. Coppin State playing defense here. Shea Collins trying to feed it into the backcourt. Hamilton guards the ball. Lobs it to the near corner for Law. Couple crossovers, works her way across half court. Evans picks her up there for CSU. Down to 1:50 to play. Shovels it straight away for Turner. Nice dribble, step back jumper from the foul line.
Turner.
It's pure. She jumps up in midair and says, let's go. It's 58-40 Delaware State. The lead is now up to 18. Evans left side, she displays her crossovers, but can't get to the lane. Now she does. Double down low, finds a room
Hope
to
Evans.
put up the teardrop with the right hand from the left side. She gets it to go. Down 58-42, but Delaware State just trying to put the finishing touches on this one. Each team will leave this two-game set 1-1 in MEAC play and get ready for their respective opponents. Delaware State will be at home the 16th through 17th against Morgan State.
1 minute. 1 minute.
And here, or rather, Ann Howard at that time, as the foul line jump shot this time goes in and out from Law of Delaware State. At Howard, the 16th through 17th for CSU women's hoops. Howard and Morgan State split their series for what that's worth. Howard dominated the first game, and then Morgan State dominated the second game. Drive right baseline by Hamilton is nudged away. Stolen by Delaware State. On the move, Harris across the lane. Can't get the wild layup to go, but a putback by Collins is up and in with two hands. 60-42, Delaware State lead at 18. Shot clock off with under 30 seconds to play. Evans dribbles the ball in front of the Coppin State hoop. Don't need to take a shot, but Coach Harper wants him to run one more play, which is understandable. Claps and cheers from the Delaware State bench. Game clock down to 6. Evans around the Sally screen. Ball reverses right. 3, 2, Weiss at the horn.
3,
yes.
Abby
It goes in right
Weiss.
before time expires. 60-45. And now Delaware State is being alerted that they have to inbound the ball because there's .3 to go. So we're just waiting for this final .3 to play out. But Abby Weiss is able to end the game with the bang, but Coppin State ultimately will come up 15 points short here. Trying to figure out what's going on. I think they're figuring out how much time is left on the clock. Now they do. It's .6. Quick inbounds, and now we're done.
Game, ladies and gentlemen. Final
60-45. Delaware
60,
State prevails over Coppin State. Women's
45.
hoops.
Good game.
You
official.
say your goodbyes
Good game,
from afar
ladies.
now.
Men's
in the age of
basketball
COVID,
coming
and
up in a very few minutes.
CSU goes to the locker room, as does Delaware State. These teams won't see each other till next month when Coppin State will make a trip to Dover, but it's not for a while. Both teams played a hard series, and Coppin State grinded out a 2-point win last night, but this time 15 points short of victory here. As Coach Laura, forward to being back here with you in a few weeks.
Thank you so much.
Final score, 60-45, Delaware State victorious on the women's basketball circuit. Find out what happens with the men's game in just under 30 minutes. We'll have post-game for the women's game. You just heard from Coach Harper. We'll wrap it up as far as talking about that game in a few minutes, so stick around. We'll do that. Then we'll get you ready for the men's hoops game that is right on the docket. Fun one last night. That went 86-78 in favor of Coppin State. Let's find out what happens tonight. Stick around. We'll let you know in a few minutes right here on the Coppin State Sports Network.
I'm gonna make it. The tongue and this the jumping cable. Then let my tongue invade you. Then let that escape.